The longest time in the world is the hesitation between thought and action. It can actually be forever. You can hesitate for 1 second to get started on something, a workout, a project, a task, something that you know you should do. You can hesitate for 1 second. That 1 second of hesitation, all of a sudden it turns into 5 seconds, and then 10 seconds, and then 10 minutes. And then just like that, you drifted into the eternity zone. 1 second became an eternity because something that was gonna happen is now never gonna happen, ever. Why is that? Because you hesitated. So don't take that chance. Instead, take action. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. You've had enough damn rest.
You gotta get to the point in your life where you decide, I have had it. I'm tired of being a loser.
I got tired of losing. I got tired of coming up short. I got tired. I want to move to the nicest neighborhood. I want to fly first class. I want to go to Hawaii. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime. In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. Humans do not transition to another level when they're comfortable with the level that they're on. You only go to another level when you say, enough is enough. I want you to live the life you were meant to live. You hear me? Not the life that was given to you. You deserve to see what your life would look like if you gave 120%. And what I need you to do is I need you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, come on, stop playing. I deserve to see what my life would look like if I gave 120%. That's lion mode. And you got to get to a place where you start executing.
Making a freaking plan is the easy part, and you have to understand, if you don't execute on the plan, if you don't get up in the morning when you're feeling tired, scared, if you don't execute, you're not just cheating yourself, dude. You're cheating your family, you're cheating your employees, you're cheating your team, whatever you're a part of. It's bigger than you, man.
And guess what? I had to get up even though it was hard, and I had to take ownership of my life, take ownership of my time, take ownership of my day. And if those of you messed up, why? Because you don't understand think, act, eat, rest. We're talking about a schedule. I realized that my strength is in my routine. Why? Because I'm not as strong as I thought I was. I'm not as intelligent as I thought I was. It's in my routine. It's what I do every day repeatedly.
Some man is already building the empire you were too lazy to start. He's stacking cash, forging discipline, and becoming the masculine leader you were supposed to be. And the worst part, he's doing it with the same 24 hours you waste. The world doesn't care about your potential. It only respects your results. You could have been a king, but you chose comfort. You could have built an empire, but you picked entertainment. You were born into a system that trained you to be soft, compliant, and emotionally fragile. You were handed a phone and told, scroll your life away while real men build theirs. They told you emotions matter more than logic, that playing video games for hours is self-care, that masculinity is toxic and ambition is dangerous, but deep down, you feel the truth boiling in your gut. You know you're not living the life you were built for. You know this isn't it. You weren't born to beg for weekends and check your bank account before ordering a meal. You were built to conquer, built to dominate, built to rise above the excuses and become someone people remember. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You've betrayed yourself more than anyone else ever has. You've lied to yourself so many times, even your soul stopped believing you. Every time you said you'd start tomorrow, every time you chose comfort over discipline, you dug your grave a little deeper. And now you're standing at the edge, wondering why life feels empty. It's because you traded your potential for pleasure. You handed your freedom to the very system that enslaved you, and now you're surprised that you feel powerless. But the chains are mental. You're not trapped, you're distracted. That's how they control you. That's how they keep you average. Because the moment a man becomes disciplined, he becomes dangerous. And a dangerous man can't be controlled. Discipline isn't a trend, it's not a phase, it's the foundation of freedom. A man who controls his mind can't be enslaved. That's why I always say your mind must be stronger than your feelings. Because feelings lie. Feelings tell you to rest when it's time to grind. Feelings tell you to quit when success is around the corner. Feelings are the enemy of greatness. Weak men obey feelings. Strong men obey purpose. See the difference between a loser and a winner? The loser waits for motivation. The winner creates it through action, through structure, through relentless self-respect. You don't get rich by accident. You don't become powerful by scrolling. You get there by becoming disciplined when no one's watching. That's when your legacy is built, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, when it's just you versus you. The reason most men stay broke, weak, and depressed is because they've never tasted the glory of delayed gratification. They've never said no to the short-term pleasure and yes to the long-term power. That's why they'll always be replaceable. That's why they'll always live paycheck to paycheck, begging for a raise, watching other men fly jets while they beg for respect. And the worst part? They think it's normal. They think struggle is permanent, that life is just bills, stress, and survival. But that's a lie sold to you by people who gave up, people who want company in their misery. Freedom only comes when you no longer trade your time for money. When you build systems, businesses, cash flow that works while you sleep. That's real power. That's masculinity. Providing, protecting, and standing tall with unshakable certainty. Masculinity isn't aggression, it's control, it's presence. It's becoming the man that doesn't flinch under pressure. It's walking into any room and knowing you own it. Not because you're loud, but because you're built. Built mentally, built physically, built financially. And most of you reading this, you're nowhere near that version of yourself. You've let your muscles shrink, your bank account cry, and your mission dissolve into meaningless distraction. But the beauty is, it's not too late. If you're breathing, you've still got a shot. 1 year of ruthless discipline can rewrite your story. 1 year of saying no to weakness, no to cheap pleasure, no to excuses can turn you into a man you respect in the mirror, but only if you kill the old version of yourself first. That man has to die.